Without further ado, let's get into analyzing the scenes with Kylo Ren. We are immediately introduced to Kylo Ren when he arrives on Jakku in the village where Lor San Taka is, alongside Poe Dameron. From the way he walks and from the way he talks and from the way he acts, Kylo Ren immediately seems to be so sure of himself. However, as we go deeper into his character and the longer we watch him, we realize that he is probably not as cut out and chiseled down as he wishes to appear. Perhaps Kylo Ren didn't only notice Finn because he wasn't doing anything or just because of a force feeling he had when he looked at him, but maybe because Finn was going through a turmoil within himself. Possibly this turmoil seemed very familiar to Kylo Ren, and this is why he turned to Finn. Not only because he could sense it, but because in some way, in some deeper form, he was linked to that conflict that Finn could feel, and that's why he was so easily able to pick it up. Another moment we see Kylo Ren is when he is interrogating Poe Dameron. I wish to highlight the fact that Kylo Ren did not cause those bruises and blood on Poe Dameron. He did, however, show force that he hadn't shown with Rey. For one, he pushes Poe Dameron against the interrogation chair. And even though Poe is undeniably in pain, Kylo Ren continues to forcefully take information from him. After interrogating Poe Dameron, he walks out and he informs Hux that a map they seek is in the hands of a BB-8 unit, and he shows no more interest. But as we see further into the movie, we see that he starts taking special interest on how fast the map is retrieved and on going face to face with Rey. When Snoke gives order to charge the weapon to destroy the Republic, Kylo Ren is visibly upset and does not agree with this action. You can especially see this in the way he looks at Hux before he leaves, and also by his absence when this plan is executed. Did he not completely agree with this execution because possibly the Republic was reminiscent of his mother to him, and reminiscent of all his family had worked for, including Luke and his dying grandfather? I very much believe that there is an undeniable fact that Kylo Ren and Rey share a force bond. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but Rey immediately starts to feel overwhelmed short before we hear Kylo Ren's lightsaber go off, depicting that Rey didn't hear his lightsaber, but felt his presence. We must know that Kylo Ren didn't know for a fact that Lor San Taka didn't have the map, but that he killed him because he was irritating him. Now, with Rey, as soon as she shoots her blaster, Kylo Ren not only blocks her attacks, but makes sure to shield her from them, pulling his sword away and pushing away the blast. When he says, "The girl I've heard so much about," I believe that he is referring to all the problems that she has caused her up until now. While it may have only been one thing helping the droid escape, it has led to many other scenarios that have caused Kylo Ren to worry about the map to Luke's whereabouts. Kylo Ren is an exceptional Force user, and just the same as he interrogated Lor San Taka and Poe Dameron in an instant, he probably could have done, without a doubt, the same to Rey. But if all he was really worried about was information on the map to Luke, he could have extracted it right there, instead of making Rey faint and taking her to Star Destroyer. It's also incredibly important to know the way he stares at her from head to toe when he meets her in the forest face to face, and that this is not the only time he does it, but also in the interrogation room. It is possible that Finn has seen much more of who Kylo Ren is, which is why he was also so worried about him taking Rey. Rey was not the first one to note his mask. However, she was the first one he actually listened to and removed the mask at her request, the ashes of Kylo Ren's enemies. While some take this to be an undeniable hint that Kylo Ren is irredeemable, I believe this to be one of the reasons why he is redeemable. I hear this as a desperate attempt of Kylo Ren to sink himself deeper into the dark side when he is unable to. Just as we saw and heard in the interrogation scene with Poe Dameron and Kylo Ren, there is a sort of sound effect that is used to interpret the Force. In the scene, we hear as Rey's face starts contorting, that the music slows down, and Kylo Ren's gesture, hand movement, becomes more subtle in a way noting that he is trying to extract information from her by not hurting her. This weakness and compassion possibly being the reason why he was unable to. It's not that Rey was up to his level, but rather that he was sinking down to hers in order not to hurt her. So yes, I hope that I've introduced to you guys something that you haven't already seen, something that you haven't already heard of. And yeah, so please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't.